Okay, so hear me out on this.
Yes.
So, would you say that there is a lack of empathy at the top of the food chain in tech in general?
Oh yeah. Yeah, in like so many places. Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
So, like, that's my perception of tech as well. And so, based on what I've seen, in video and in writing and whatnot, and just hearing a lot of these people talk. And so, of course, if that's the case, the interview style is going to reflect that, right? And I think that's exactly what we're talking about here. That interview style is created so that they don't need to rely on humanizing their employees, like the people their potential hires, right? They
Yeah.
instead focus on a more like mathematical system that will do all the work for them, so they don't have to worry about perceiving anything because that's not their modus operandi to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's always a veneer of objectivity that they have when they talk about evaluating candidates or whatever. And I've participated in these things too, right? And as like an interviewer, and yeah, honestly, all of it's kind of BS. I'll just be straight up. I mean, it's yeah. I remember reading somewhere, and then, honestly, um, I kind of got this impression when I was working at Amazon as well. But there's certain places as well, like Microsoft in the heyday, or back in like the '90s, or whatever, um, and Amazon and some other places that use stack ranking. Stack ranking, by the way, that's where you promote the top 20%, you keep the middle 60 where they're at, and then you fire the bottom 20. And your job as an employee is to stay the fuck away from the bottom 20%. So how this works in practice really
I can't believe that structure you just described even exists. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I mean, it's like yeah, it gets really dog eat dog like really quickly because of that structure. And there are teams that have all really excellent engineers, for example, and so they don't want to fire 20% of them.
I mean, that's how could you not realize that could happen? If when you create that system, is that like someone's going to end up getting fired who shouldn't be fired? Like, I mean, there's 100% chance of that. So it's just like
absolutely, yeah, yeah. I mean, one of my friends got fired for no reason because the boss didn't like him, and he probably became the 20% cutoff to save the rest of the team or something. I don't know. But yeah, they'll some teams will just like straight up lower their expectations a little bit. They'll lower their interview bar and they'll hire people in order to cut them out like a year later, like just to save their core team. And yeah, it's a really
Hunger Games
as well.
We got the Hunger Tech Games.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's and as you can probably imagine too, it's like highly exclusionary, in a lot of ways too. It ends up that way. There's sorry, yeah, I don't know if you had another question, but I have this story around Amazon. So yeah, when I was working for Amazon Web Services, I remember seeing all these like emails and like the off-topic mailing lists, and like they would like repeat the topics like every once in a while, right? And one of the biggest things was that in like the AWS building in Seattle, um, there were a lot more men than women in general. Like it was like 90% men and like 10% women. And, so like there would be like these long queues to the bathroom. And so people on this off-topic email distribution list, they were like, man, we got to solve the bathroom problem. Like there's just like way too many guys like, lining up for the male bathrooms. And, it's taken me like 20 minutes just to like get to the front of the line. And so, engineers being engineers kind of, they solved the wrong problem, and they they were like trying to figure out, like they figured out to like some pretty decent, band of like certainty or something like that, that they can convert like, X amount of like women bathrooms over to male bathrooms. And someone always has to chime in every single instance that I've seen. Hey guys, you guys know that that's not the real problem, right? Like, yeah, and it's still a huge issue, right? I mean, it's like across the industry, it's like women aren't being hired, Black people aren't being hired, Latino people aren't being hired, etc. And in my opinion, I think that's like really a lot of the issue. It's not like a pipeline issue. There's plenty of smart people out there that have decided to make tech their trade, kind of.
They're just not being chosen.
Let's say that again. Sorry.
You're saying they're just not being chosen.
Yeah, they're just not being hired. Just hire them. It's not that hard. Like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
Well said, man. Thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour-long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support, and see you next time.